Welcome back to Open Window Politics. We're going to be going through the possibility of the Trump-Vance ticket flipping the state of Nevada. We'll be going through some of the previous election results in the state, trying to indicate some of the trends that are occurring within the state to see whether or not Trump has a chance of flipping the state red in the very close upcoming 2024 presidential election. So in 2020, Biden was able to win the state by about 2.4%. And he was able to win the two counties in the Vegas area and then the Reno area. And then Trump was able to win pretty well every other county here. Most of these are pretty rural, but they had pretty decent turnout for the Republican ticket, getting about high 70% of the vote in most of these more rural areas. But in Biden's margin in the Vegas area, which with about a 90,000 vote lead, was enough to carry him well over the top and was enough to secure the state. There have been some interesting trends occurring with the state. Generally, the polls tend to underestimate Democrats a little bit in the state of Nevada while being overestimated in the state of North Carolina. So I think that, and the latest polling has Trump up in the states, and I do think that he's got a good chance of winning it. It'll be one of the closest states, I think, to watch, but I do think that if the election were to be held today, it would probably narrowly go into Trump's campaign, into the Republican Electoral College vote total. But we'll be going through, in 2022, there was two very close elections, one of which ended up being a Republican victory, that being the governor election in the Senate level. The Democrat was able to get re-election, but we'll go over to the governor election results just to see the possible pathway for a Republican to win in the state of Nevada. This will be what Trump will need to replicate. So it was the same county-wide election results. They had the Vegas area and then the Reno area. Both went to the Democrat, while the more rural areas really turned out for the Republican ticket. There were enough votes there, double check, and in Clark County, the Republican was able to narrow up the margin. The Democrat was only ahead by about 40,000 votes. And it is a midterm election, so there's generally less voter turnout than compared to a presidential election. But Biden in 2020 was able to carry Clark County by a more significant margin. He was able to carry it by about 90,000 votes. So it is a little bit interesting. So that is how Republicans are able to win. They're able to really turn out the rural areas while doing well enough in the Vegas area, as well as I would guess the area in Reno also was narrowly went to the Republican by a slight, went to the Democrat, but went to the Democrat by a slight margin. It was enough for the Republican to win the state, and so Republicans were able to pick up the governorship here in this race. It was going to be interesting to see if Trump will be able to win the state. As of today, if the election were to be held today, I'd probably give it as a tilt-R makeup for the state of Nevada. It will be interesting to see if the polls underestimate Democrats again in the state. It is a possibility, which may end up making it so the Democrats are able to narrowly win the state. But regardless, I think it'll be one of the closest swing states to watch. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.